Burnt-out cars line the street of Kathleen Lucas's neighborhood in Puerto Vallarta. Remnants of Sunday's violence, turning what is normally a tourist hotspot into a war zone.
We stayed inside all of yesterday.
Residents, including thousands of Canadians, ordered to stay inside after the Mexican army killed the head of the most powerful cartel. It retaliated, setting buses, cars, and businesses on fire. By Monday morning, Lucas says it felt calmer.
So once I heard other people were going for walks, then I felt safe enough to go myself.
A nearby grocery store reopened, but is letting just 7 people in at a time.
We're all starving, so we're just trying to find any crackers, anything that we can find. And more than anything else, we just want to make sure that we're safe.
Safe, but stranded. Many airlines are still not flying to Puerto Vallarta, though Air Canada, WestJet, and Air Transat say they will resume service on Tuesday. Ottawa says it will not send repatriation flights after assurances from Mexican authorities.
He indicated that the situation should stabilize in the coming days and that this was a targeted operation which will not continue.
Global Affairs Canada is urging Canadians to register online to receive alerts, updates, and travel information. Martin Kleiman has been trying to do that for 2 days, but the system keeps crashing.
I mean, it's a crisis, and they have a system that obviously can't, I would assume, can't handle the load. And so it's not good enough. I mean, it isn't good enough.
Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister insists the system is working, adding that 8,000 people registered in a 24-hour period, bringing the total to 26,000. Some Canadians say while things have calmed, they fear the violence will erupt again.
Puerto Vallarta was like an oasis of calm, and all of a sudden, maybe it isn't.
Some people who've been going to Mexico for years say they will continue to visit, while others say they plan to reconsider future travel plans.
So for Canadians in Mexico now, what else is the Canadian government telling them?
Well, Canadians are being told to consult Global Affairs Canada's website and look for any updates, but also follow any direction that they're given from local governments on the ground.
All right, that is Caroline Bargout in Vancouver. And we're learning more tonight about just how authorities tracked down the drug lord known as El Mencho. Paul Hunter explains how the military operation unfolded as the United States pushes for an even tougher cartel crackdown.
With evidence of the stunning violence on display wherever cartel members struck, from Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, the message was clear. The most important thing, she said, is to protect the entire population, and that's what was done yesterday, all day. Wanted by Mexico and the United States, it was the capture and death of Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, the fearsome cartel leader known as El Mencho, that sparked the violence. A major trafficker of fentanyl and other drugs. When authorities targeted El Mencho, his cartel members went on an immediate rampage. Armed authorities now stand outside the morgue where El Mencho's body was taken after the shootout that left more than 70 dead, mostly soldiers and cartel members. Likewise, now outside the prosecutor offices that take on cartels. All of this as authorities reveal how they found El Mencho in the first place, by tracking a romantic partner. Meanwhile, Sheinbaum underlines all operations were carried out by Mexican forces, she said. No U.S. troops. But she added the U.S. did supply plenty of intel. U.S. President Donald Trump, who's been pressuring Mexico to do more to stop the flow of drugs north from that country, seemed to suggest he still wants more. Posting on social media, Mexico must step up efforts on cartels and drugs. The question, what will the cartels do now? Already on the minds of those still in Puerto Vallarta, with Sunday's violence still front of mind for all.
It really did look and feel like a war zone. And I think that feeling of anxiety, that feeling of what does happen next or what could happen next is driving what a lot of people are feeling right now.
And fearing that the cartels will indeed do something. Paul Hunter, CBC News, Washington.
Let's go now to CBC's Jorge Barrera, who is in Puerto Vallarta tonight. So, Jorge, what's it like there now?
Well, I'm standing in a Costco parking lot. There is a still smoldering transport truck that was set on fire during the violence on Sunday. There's another one in front of me, and all through this parking lot, there are burned out husks of vehicles, almost 24 of them. But as you roll through this city, it feels like a sleepy little town. There's almost nobody out. A lot of restaurants are just shut down, even though it's Monday. I'm told the only people who are wandering around are tourists. The locals are staying indoors. But as you get deeper into the city, you start noticing, oh, there's a burnt-out storefront, a clothing store, charred mannequins here, a burnt-out motorcycle shop, and then one after another, these corner stores have been set alight. And these are called OXXOs. And these OXXOs, about 70 of them were hit. And they tell us a little bit about possibly the motive behind this attack and the aftermath, the impact it will have, because these are not just normal corner stores, these OXXOs. People pay their bills, their gas, electricity, recharge their cell phones, do money transfers through them. So by attacking so many of them, you're impacting the wider economy. And these OXXOs also employ a lot of people. You got about 5 people per shift, and now they're all shut down. Some will have to be totally renovated. So these are people without jobs. Adrienne?
And as you've been talking with people there, what are you hearing from them?
I ran into one man who lives in the state of Mexico, and he says, I came here for work and I want to go home. He's like, I know the state of Mexico has a bad reputation, but here, this is out of control, and I feel unsafe in this city right now. So he's trying to take off. I ran into a Canadian family at a hotel. They don't have a flight for another week, and they're like, we're going to stay here. We're going to roll with this. We're going to enjoy our vacation. But I ran into another Canadian who had his flight canceled, and he had to leave his hotel because it was running out of water and food, he said, and he's trying to find a new hotel to stay. And he's like, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. My next flight is supposed to be March 12th, so he's trying to find his way around. So different stories for different Canadians who are in this city right now. Adrienne?
All right, thank you. That is Jorge Barrera reporting from Puerto Vallarta.